Hello and welcome to this speed reviews. I was not aware of the fact that I accumulated so many new products. I thought I'm on the low buy kind of, but I actually failed. I got a couple new items and I tested them over the past some 4 weeks, some less, some more. Sometimes it just depends on the product. I have my opinion very fast and sometimes it takes a bit longer. These are products that I have tested now, specifically for the foundation. I've tested them now under all the circumstances, you know, like office days, filming days, workouts, different primers, different powders. We have one concealer, we have 1, 2, 3, 5, 6 types of blushes, a bit of lip stuff, and I have nothing really on my lips. I just rubbed off a red liquid lipstick because I want to actually start with the lip stuff, and I want to start with the stuff that is the biggest disappointment so far for me, because I had high hopes in these Made by Mitchell MATTITUDE lipsticks, but they're just not bringing it. I got 2 shades. I got Nude Rinse and Grayish Girl, and I rubbed it off because I want to show you how they look applied. First of all, I want to apply a layer of MAC Prep and Prime Lip Balm because my lips are dry as fuck after I removed that liquid lipstick. So this is not really special. I apply this MAC Prep and Prime lip thing every day before I apply any lip product. So this is not a different routine than usual for me. Let us start with Grayish Girl. I think that is a shade that is anticipated by a lot of people because grayish is just like the definition of the perfect cool toned, mid-toned nude lip. But it's such a shit shade. Here on my hand, oh, it looks perfect. It looks like grayish. It looks like what I wanted to have. And let me apply this now for you on my lips to show you how this changes as soon as it touches my lips. Can we ignore that line here of the red lipstick? Is this a problem now? Should I remove that? I can't get it off properly. That's the best I can give you. I think it's okay. I will now come scary close. Do you see this? Do you see the cracks, the crackling dry texture? And it turns green on me. It does not look, let me check in the mirror. It does look a bit like my swatch here on the hand, but it does not on the lips. I think this looks on me gray. And I even tried to pair this with a black lip liner, you know, to have these dark outlines. And I also tried it with MAC Stone, for example. I think that's the perfect one to pair with a shade like this. It just isn't it. And they are so dry. I don't know if it's because I'm not used to matte lipsticks anymore, but on the other hand, I'm wearing the new MAC Maximal lipsticks. They are stunning. I am wearing the Dior lipsticks, the ones that are transfer proof. They also do not look like this. It's just the quality of these. I'm very disappointed because everything Made by Mitchell brought out this year was a freaking banger, aside actually of these lipsticks. I don't know, they are horrible. Let me remove that one. It looks like I had spaghetti with tomato sauce and now my whole mouth is red. I actually had bulldog noodles. And the other shade that I have is Nude Rinse. The thing with Nude Rinse is that this actually is a good shade. I do you the favor and I do apply this now, let alone. But I think we can agree that this looks horrible. So let me show you how I apply Nude Rinse. So first of all, I remove this. Then I need some more MAC Prep and Prime. And I think I'm going to miss this. This is everything that I have left. I think I need a new one. Maybe I should place an order on the MAC website. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. I specifically ordered the MAC Stone lip liner again and introduced it back into my collection because of Flashpot. I will give you a comparison to Flashpot in a second, but what I do with Nude Rinse is the following. I take MAC Stone and then I line my lips. And I also fill in this outer part so that I have like a darkened edge here. I then basically draw in the lip and I just leave the most inner center bare. I overlined now my Cupid's bow. Hopefully it does not look too ridiculous, because I feel like it does sometimes. And now I take Nude Rinse and I tap this on here and of course here. And I do this and then I tap it out with the finger and that's it. I just corrected a bit the bottom lip because I felt like there was a bit too much of Nude Rinse, so it looked a bit weird that I have a dark line here. But this is how I wear this shade, and I like Nude Rinse much, much more. Grayish Girl is shade-wise a fail, and I think formula-wise, Nude Rinse looks a tad bit better. It is a tad bit creamier, so this one in Grayish Girl, I will declutter. I will not give this away to anybody or sell this because I've used this now a couple times and that's just unhygienic. But Nude Rinse will stay in my collection. Oh, I forgot to give you the swatch. And just look at them side by side. They just look so, so much better. And of course, you now want to know, how do they compare to the new Flashpot? I got you, girl. So here it is. Flashpot is a tad bit deeper in my opinion. By the way, I love the new Flashpot. Oh my god, I think I'm one of the few persons who loves this really much because I never tried the old Flashpot. I love this shade. And let me grab one more because I thought of another lipstick that might fit in the vibe, and that is the Glamlight Ghost Face lipstick from last year. Because this is, in my opinion, a grayish. Let me just swatch it next to it. So look at this. Absolutely stunning. And I think the Ghost Face one, this is a grayish. The Made by Mitchell one is green. There is just too much green, at least maybe for my undertones in there. I assume when you have maybe a bit of a different undertone, maybe even an olive undertone, I guess, Grayish Girl will look good on you. But for me, with my neutral, slightly warm undertones, it does not look good. But I'm really digging this lip combo lately. It's so 90s, it's so 2000s. I adore this. And since the fail rate of the MATTITUDE lipsticks for me is 50%, so one is good, one is not, I will not pick up more of them because most of them also look very, very warm. Let's keep it up with the lip products. Next up, I have the Makeup by Mario Moisture Glows. I never tried them, but I ordered them from the Makeup by Mario website because I wanted to have more of his cream blush, his new shade range, the very intense ones. Very pretty, but I don't have a real review on them yet because I've used, I think, each shade only once and I want to test it a bit more. But these I have never tried, and honestly, do you remember all the viral videos of people, oh my god, the MAC Scrut lipsticks, they break on the lips and then they twist and they just smash it on their lips and it just smushed away. This is the exact same. And I will fight you on this because this is the exact same formulation and it does the fucking same. They are okay. This is the shade Pomegranate Glow. That's actually my favorite out of them all because this does not look so messy. Then we have the shade, which is this one. This is Cherry Glow. This is also okay-ish, but this is a bit more messy in my opinion. Then we have the shade Strawberry Glow. This one I have to admit I haven't used yet. Let me see. This feels a bit better. This feels a lot like Pomegranate Glow. And I think the worst out of them all is Nude Glow. This is, look at this. This is absolutely awful. Nude Glow goes on like a thick, thick paste and it breaks my heart. I still want to use it because I paid a lot of shipping for this. I mean, it's 20 bucks shipping from the Makeup by Mario website, but Nude Glow is definitely a fail. The other 3 shades are fine. I will keep on using it. And this one will probably end up as a hate pan or will end up in a declutter by the end of the year. But I want to give it a few more chances. And I also want to tell you, these tingle. Yeah, Plumping, they tingle on the lips and I did not expect to tingle them. Did this memo go, oh, it says Plumping Lip Serum. Okay, my fault, I'm dumb, I couldn't read. I thought these were just these like melting lip balms, but okay. I take that back, I just didn't read properly, I'm very sorry. I was a bit confused that they tingle. And I think they tingle in a very weird way. Fenty Heat, they tingle quite intense, but it's manageable. But I think these tingle more than Fenty Heat glosses. Talking about Fenty, I picked up 3 of the new gloss sticks and 10 out of 10. I love them. They are so amazing. They are in a similar formulation than these Moisture Glow things, but they work so much better. And since we started swatching, why not swatch them all? So the first one that I got is of course Fenty Glow. I have Fenty Glow in the Fenty Heat formulation and it's my favorite nude gloss and they smell exactly like the glosses. So here's Fenty Glow. They do melt too, but they are much stiffer, so they are not as messy. And oh, they are pretty, pretty, pretty. Then we have Is It Fuzzy? By the way, the names cringe. I hate them. But this is such a beautiful, cool toned pinky mauve shade. And then we have Blazed Donut. This is a light nude and oh, so pretty. It has also a mauvey cool undertone. I love these. I cannot pick a favorite out of these 3 shades. I think they're all beautiful. And honestly, I like them so much that I want to pick up more, but I think I'm good with these 3 new shades. Highly recommend them if you haven't tried these. Let's very quick head over to complexion products, and the first speed review I want to give you is the Charlotte Tilbury Unreal Skin Sheer Glow Tint. I made videos about this. I made side-by-side comparison between this and the Hollywood Flawless Filter, and in the first time that I talked about this, which was in a You Don't Need That Shit, I said that this is the stick version of Hollywood Flawless Filter. This is not a foundation, and I was fucking right. This is not a foundation. This is the stick version of Hollywood Flawless Filter, and I want to point out this is the better shade because this is also shade 1. Let me grab Hollywood Flawless Filter and just show you shade 1 of Flawless Filter aside of it. Way more yellow. Shade Fair in the stick is much more light skin tone colored, while Hollywood Flawless Filter is very, very golden in undertone. And honestly, I can't put my finger on which one I like more. I personally like the stick. I have to admit that I was proven wrong because I totally assumed that I will hate this. But I also want to say, if you expect a stick foundation from this, you will be fooled. This is not a stick foundation. This is a glow product. I think you could even use this as like cream highlight on the cheekbones, but definitely not a foundation. You will end up looking like a Tin Man. Well, if you like the Tin Man look, maybe that's your vibe, but also price-wise, this is so overpriced because this is only 9 grams and it retails for 59 euro, I think, here in Germany. Hollywood Flawless Filter is 50 euro or something around that, and it's 30 mils. So, although I like the stick, I cannot recommend it because of the price and product ratio. Now let's tackle the foundations. I have 3 foundations to talk about. The first one is an old favorite that I actually bought because it was on sale. And when I say it was on sale, it was like 28 euro instead of the full price of way over 50. I'm talking about Armani Luminous Silk. I remember that like maybe 10 years ago, I think this is around since, I think this has been around for 10 years or even more. But I remember that I tried this when everybody on beauty YouTube was raving about this and it was in everybody's favorites videos. I back then hated Luminous Silk. It was just not a pretty foundation. I now came back to it. I bought shade number 2. Shade number 2 is a tad bit too dark, but because of the undertone, I can actually make it work. I wish it was a bit lighter, but I think 1 will be too light for me, so I can live with the shade 2. I like this foundation. It holds up the whole day. It works with a lot of my primer textures. I think it did not work so well, in my opinion, with the Hourglass Mineral Veil. It got a bit like, not grizzly, but it got like a tad bit separated here in this area, but not too bad. I have seen it worse. It was fine. Powder-wise, it worked with every single powder that I tried it with. I tried it with the Sisley one, with the Trickwell Loose powder, with my Milk Blur and Set. I also tried it with a Laura Mercier setting powder. It worked. I like this foundation. I think it's a good staple to have. If I had paid more than these 28 euro for it, I would not been very wowed because it's just basic. But I like it, and I like it much more compared to when I tried it for the very first time in my 20s. Next up, we have the Lumene Invisible Foundation. This is the Vegan Collagen Serum and Foundation. Let's please be real here. Have you ever heard of the brand Lumene? I haven't. I bought this as an impulse buy because my idol, the one and only, the muse of my inspiration, is Amaya French, held this in her Instagram story and said this foundation is the best she ever tried. And when Amaya loves a product, well, I buy this. I don't agree that this is the best foundation I ever used. This will not knock off my Chanel Sublimage foundation, concealer I wanted to say, I mean the foundation, but it's good. It's really, really good. You saw me applying this in a Get Ready With Me video where I talked about the new drama follow-ups, and I have tested it since non-stop. Every day, warm, cold, workout, no workout, film, no film. It holds up very, very well. It looks very nice. It is very glowy in my opinion at the end of the day. So this does turn into a bit of a glowy mess if you don't like that. But overall, for the majority of the day, I love the way this looks on the skin. I am the shade 00. The shade range is not the best in my opinion, and they do have very interesting clean girl products, I have to admit. Not the clean girl vibe here, but this foundation, that is approved. And last but not least, I have a viral snack for you. I finally tried the TirTir Mask Fit Red Cushion Foundation. I bought the lightest shade they had at this point, and that is 13N. No, I think there's one lighter, 12C or something, but that is a cool undertone, and it looked very, very pink. So not for me. I got 3N. First of all, I immediately threw out the little puff thing that comes with it because I hate applying makeup with stuff like this. I tried it. I threw it away. I don't like it. So when you open this, you then have the cushion foundation here. And what I have been doing is I actually just tap my finger in here and then apply it like this. Or when I have a stiff like buffing brush, I actually tap the brush in here and then apply it directly on the face. I can't believe that I say this because I refuse to follow a hype that is started by people like Michaela. I refuse to do this, but honestly, this is a good one. I'm wearing this foundation today. It's making me very, very happy. Will this knock off Chanel Sublimage? Probably not. But as of now, in the summertime, I would rank this somewhat in my top 5. Absolutely stunning foundation, and I know they are expanding their shade range, and there is a bit of a drama with TirTir going on and a very, 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 very intense discussion about their shade ranges, and people are really, really, they're coming for each other in this discussion. But I think that's something we could maybe cover in a different video, not here. I just want to tell you that this foundation, I know people are a bit like, if it's so viral, there is a bit of a lie going on. It's approved by me. It is definitely good. If I had to compare the coverage and the texture, okay, the texture I think is not really comparable because of the cushion. It's kind of misleading. You cannot really judge this texture, but finish-wise and coverage-wise, this is a lot like Chanel No.1 is very similar in my opinion. MAC Studio Fix is very similar, but not the radiant version, because this is, in my opinion, quite a matte foundation. And I would even say, I just look over at my foundations here. The Prada Reveal foundation is very close to this, in my opinion. I like it. It's a beautiful one. I do not regret getting this, and 13N is surprisingly fucking a good match. So if you are a MAC NC10 like me, you can wear 13N because it blends out very pretty. And the last like base product that I have are the new DANESSA MYRICKS Lift and Flex concealers. These two shades are shade 1 and 2. And you ask, where are the 7 shades between that to have a gradient from that to that? Well, they're non-existent. Shade 1 is called Cool, I think, at least it says on the packaging. And it's a borderline white concealer, and shade 2 is called Neutral, but let's be honest, this is very, very warm based. Surprisingly, I can wear both, but it depends a lot on the foundation that I'm wearing. When I, for example, wear a foundation that is a tad bit too light for my skin, like for example, the DANESSA MYRICKS Serum Skin Tint, this is the shade 1 that I have, I would pair this with the shade 1 from the concealer. Other foundations, like my Estee Lauder ones, where I wear, let me grab that one, I wear the shade 1 and 0. I would not pair with the shade 1 because that would look like a stark white. That matches much better with the shade 2. So I can wear them both, and I have to admit, although the shade range is really off in my opinion, and I criticized that in my You Don't Need the Shit where we talked about these concealers for the very first time, that these 20 shades look very, very weirdly mixed. I like it. Full coverage, 100% full coverage, really easy to blend out, and even the shade 1, it blends in like a magical dream. It mushes into the skin color, or the foundation color, better said. It leaves a beautiful finish. It holds up all freaking day. I like these. Another banger from DANESSA MYRICKS. Honestly, if it wasn't the shade range that makes me criticize this product, I would have nothing bad to say about this. All that is left now are blush products, so let's tackle very, very quick the Hourglass Unreal Liquid Blushes. I do have a full video on these, so I recommend to you, I recommend watching my review on these, because in that video you get demos of application of each of these. But in the video I said that I still have 2 shades to test on my face. I applied them now when I filmed this video, and I love them all. I just wanted to come back to these and just tell you how much I love these blushes. And please, Hourglass, give us bronzers in this formulation and contour shades, like real contours. Go away with your orange tones. We don't like that, because Hourglass bronzers, really, really hard to find a good match when you're pale. Another range of very, very beautiful blushes are the ARMANI cheek tints. Yeah, the Luminous Silk cheek tints. And these actually are the reason why I ended up decluttering all of my Rare Beauty blushes aside from 2 shades, because these are, in my opinion, so much better. I have the shades 53, it sadly doesn't say the name anymore here, 41, I know 41 is Flaming Red, then we have 65 and the shade 62. The only shade out of all is the shade 53, because this is so cool toned. Even on me, it looks a bit weird, but powdered down with another blush on top, it's definitely wearable. Maybe it's also just a shade that I can wear more in winter, because although I try not to, I tan a bit in the summer because of the sun. Can't hide all day. maybe when winter is coming and when the skin is getting back to its full whiteness, I will have a better match with this. I lost the battle against myself. I said I will not try the Hourglass stick blushes because I have a lot of beautiful shades, but the shades Glassy Watermelon and Glassy Acai, they got me. They really did. And let me swatch them for you. This is Glassy Acai, and then we have Glassy Watermelon. These swatches are very built up, yes, but they apply nearly as intense. It is super hard to apply them, in my opinion. I don't like to put these sticks directly on my face anymore. I do use a brush, like for example, this Pat McGrath blush brush. This I also use for the Pat McGrath stick blushes. I just take the brush, dab it a couple of times here, and then I just start doing this motion. These are kind of waxy, so they do not go on with a brush like this. I have to admit, I haven't tried a more stiff brush, so the next time I will try them, I will use them with a Rare Beauty blush brush. Let me show you this. This is a clean new one because, first of all, it's duo fiber. Duo fiber is very, very good for applying stuff like this, and it's a bit more stiff. There is movement here, but it is definitely stiffer than a brush like this. So far, I say I like the way they look on the cheeks, but I do not like the effort that I have to put in to apply them. Maybe that changes when I use a different brush. I will let you know the latest at the end of the year with my blush ranking. Maybe then they're decluttered, who knows. The Lost Cream blush. Did I say the Lost Cream blush? Not already. I forgot one. I got one of the new shades of the MAC Glow Play blushes. This is Big Diva Energy. I even have a reel on this. Did I upload this on YouTube or only on Instagram and TikTok? I don't know. I bought this for obvious reasons because it looks like an ox blood red. But do you know what this actually is? This is, in my opinion, a very, very magenta shade. That's honestly a bit disappointing in my opinion because I wanted to have a burnt oxblood terracotta shade and not a magenta, but it's very pretty nonetheless. I love the MAC Glow Play formula. I really have to hold back to not buy more of them, but I just know myself. I have so many blushes, I don't need them, but I'm very happy to have it. And they look awesome. And the easiest way to apply them is also with the Rare Beauty blush brush. Just tap in, tap it out, and you're good to go. They're foolproof. And you do not have to use a dark shade like me. They have beautiful natural blushes, pinky blushes. They're very, very pretty. And now we have only one product left, and that is the Chanel Blush and Light Duo, Blush and Highlighter Duo. This is from their summer collection. They come in two different colors. One is peach and this one is pink. I love this one. This is so, so pretty, but what I hate is the small split pan. It is so hard to just fit the blush brush in here. I am a tad bit annoyed by this. If I use this, I cannot use my Refer number 5 brush because it is way too big for this tiny pan. So I have to use a different brush. I use something that is shaped like that, but a bit bigger and a bit fluffier. Then it works. The highlighter, very, very pretty. One, the blush is a soft magenta color and the highlighter is a duochrome. It shifts from a soft silver to a soft pink. It's not too glittery, not too shimmery, so I think it's perfect for a lot of people. I wouldn't mind a lot of glitter in there, but I'm a glitter lover. I don't know if you can tell, I'm wearing a very glittery highlight over my face today, but it's a pretty one. Is it worth the money that I spent for it? I think they retail for around 74 euros, something like that. I mean, you get two products, yes, but at the end it's 6.5 grams, so you get minis of each color. Pretty, yes. Packaging, a bit of a fail. I wish if they would do split pan that they would come in the big packaging where the maxi highlighter came in from last year. That would be much better. Overall, I enjoy the quality. Chanel blushes is just something that I kind of dig dig in. But yeah, just as said, tad bit overpriced for what you get, but still pretty. And that's it. What's the product that you want to leave a little speed review underneath this video, maybe for the others to see your review? Let us know down below what you want to review, and what is your favorite product out of here? Have you tried any of these? Do you disagree with me maybe on a few of them? Or do you say, hey, I have a perfect tip for the Hourglass Glossy, not Hourglass, for the Haus Labs Glossy blushes? If so, let me please know. If you do not have any opinion on these at all, but you want to comment to push the algorithm, comment Glassy. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.